Hey guys, Zen here, and today I wanted to bring you guys a quick update about a recent announcement Ubisoft made. This is actually big, and for some of you, all I can say is best of luck. So, Ubisoft came out today and announced plans to drop the ban hammer on players that have recently been abusing a certain exploit. They go on to say, "We have now deployed the fix for the chat symbol exploit. Beginning tomorrow, we will initiate a ban wave in accordance to the following section from the Code of Conduct. The following actions violate the Code of Conduct and can lead to disciplinary actions in accordance with the disciplinary policy outlined below. Any conduct which interrupts the general flow of gameplay in the game client, forum, or any other Ubisoft medium. These bans are targeting players that abuse the chat symbol exploit to crash matches. They will have varying lengths depending on the frequency and severity of the exploit's usage. This is our next step towards sanctioning players that knowingly and deliberately take advantage of exploits to the detriment of the overall match." So basically, any of you out there who may have used this exploit to crash the game, you will be banned. Now, to be honest with you guys, this exploit was very easy to actually pull off. There was a point where I saw this glitch almost every single ranked game, and especially if a team was losing, because if it was done successfully, it wouldn't have an effect on your ELO. So basically, the game wouldn't count. Now, I typically don't make these kinds of really small news videos, but I think this is just a very important message to share with the community. Operation Phantom Sight has been rough, really, to say the least, when it comes to the actual health of the game, and this is a serious step for the devs to make it a better experience. Now, they do say that the bans that are going out have varying lengths based on how many times it was done and some other factors, and so you may not be out of matchmaking for too long, but there is definitely the potential to be permanently banned from playing this game if you were someone who used this exploit constantly during your play sessions. It's important to note that this also wasn't the kind of glitch that could be passively done or could be done by accident. The only way this was able to happen was if someone was deliberately trying to do it, and so at the end of the day, there's a clear record of who was doing this, and there will most likely be bans headed their way. Now, I wanted to mention here that, look, if you see or hear anything about an exploit or something in the game that crashes or negatively impacts the game in any way, just stay away from it. You don't need to try and see if it works. You don't need all of the steps laid out, and you definitely shouldn't spread these things out to the community. Of course, there's always the argument of, well, if I don't mention it or tell people about it, then how will it get fixed? And yes, that is a viable point because we do want people aware of this stuff, but I think if you do happen across an exploit or someone tells you about it, the only logical thing to do is to report it to Ubisoft, whether that's in a support ticket or through Ubi support on Twitter. They're actually very active. You never know what some people might do with this kind of information, and you don't want these things to become more of a problem over time. This whole exploit didn't really have a presence when the season first came out, but it spread, and then more and more people found out about it, and that's when you start seeing it as a normal thing in game. Guys, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, trust me, this isn't the usual from me, but because of how prevalent these exploits were and how many times I personally experienced them, I just wanted to put this out there with a little perspective. I won't lie to you guys, in my personal opinion, as far as game health, I believe Operation Phantom Sight has been one of the most troubled seasons we've had in the game yet, even pre-Operation Health. There's been a ton of exploits. Cheaters have made a serious comeback. Content like Clash and deployable shields were removed, re-added, removed again, and then finally added back as of recently. So yeah, it's definitely been rough, and I know some of you feel this as well. But it should also be noted that even with everything we've experienced up to this point, I'm still enjoying and playing this game every single day. And to keep it real, I'm glad Ubisoft stepped in and is looking to wrap him up here, because the point needs to be made that it's never cool to cheat in Siege, and on top of that, just because you know of a cheat, you don't get to just use it if it hurts the game and ultimately everyone else's experience. Now, this will affect a lot of people, but it should only be the ones who actually did it and not those affected in the lobby. So that's everything, guys. The ban hammer is coming, and some players won't have access to the game. Now, I'm curious, and let's keep it real. Have you ever used an exploit in Siege, or have you ever been affected by one? Leave it in a comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. I'm out.